But however you want to look at it, I did 51,500 total for those 67 days with a little over 2 weeks off. Welcome to Bentley's Saloon in Arundel, Maine, and the long-awaited monthly report. It's actually going to cover a little over a month because I started on May 20th, came out of Ohio, went to California for $4,800, $28.38 total on the miles, $2.04 per mile with a daily average of $11.60. Loaded out of Cali, back to the East Coast for $10,750 with a rate per mile of $2.63, 11-day run, daily average of $9.77. Then I loaded back out of the East Coast, back to Cali for $9,800. Total trip miles on that was $36.42 with a rate per mile of $2.69. 7 days on that run, the daily average of $1,400. Loaded back out of Cali towards the East Coast, but this time I went, if you remember, to Texas, Georgia, down into Florida, and back up to the Carolinas. Kind of a wonky run. That one paid $13,000, took 12 days. A total trip miles of 48.21 on that one with a rate per mile of $2.70. Daily average of $1,083 for that 12-day, $13,000 run. And if you remember, that's where it was, I think, July 2nd when I was in the Carolinas. I ended up just deadheading home to Mississippi, and I stayed there for about 8-9 days and came out on the 11th from Mississippi, headed to Cali with the buoys. I don't know if you guys remember that, if you guys watch those videos or not. That paid $4,200. Left on a Thursday, didn't deliver until Monday. 2,000 miles, $2.10, the daily average of $8.40 on that. And then I got stuck in Cali waiting for a couple of days, which brings us to this final run that I just did, which was $7,950, 9 days, total trip miles, $43.30 with $1.84 per mile on that run. So that was my worst run ever. If you guys have been following along on the dailies, I wasn't too happy with that. $8.83 on the daily average for that. Total days since I started tracking for you guys from May 20th to July 26th, this past Friday, was 67 days. But I did have 7 days off in the beginning of June and another 9 days off in the beginning of July. But however you want to look at it, I did 51,500 total for those 67 days with a little over 2 weeks off. So a little over 2 months total, a little over 2 weeks off in there with 51,500. So I guess the point is if you're running easy and you're putzing around like I am, you can do about 25K gross per month with an average rate per mile like I have of $2.33 and a daily average of $1,057.17. That's what I have. So I'm not breaking any records out here. I'm just kind of taking it easy, slow and steady. And I might make a few changes to how I run for the rest of the summer. I might try to do some short hops, not really focused on lane building, coast to coast style. I might just try to go to Ohio and Maine and back, stay around the Rust Belt. But I'm just kicking that around. So stay tuned on the Daily Drive series to see how all that works out. If there's any questions, go ahead and add them below, and I'll do my best to answer them. I try to track everything, like my fuel mileage, I guess, average is 10.1 miles per gallon for this last 67 days. And my profit margin, like I said in previous videos, is typically around 30%. And that's after truck and trailer payment, maintenance, fuel, like the whole 9 yards. That kind of gives you an idea of what you can make out here. And like I said, I'm not even really trying to hustle too bad right now. So Anyway, thanks for all the support, all the subscribers and the comments and the questions and the motivation. Really helps me out. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna enjoy my drink and the rest of my week here in Maine. We'll see you guys on the next one.